Hi there, welcome back to the Homeschool Info Hub. My name is Heather. I'm excited to be with you again today. Let's talk about success. Woo, success. There's so many things that probably come to mind when we think of the word success. So if we think about the typical path of the public or private schooler in regards to success, what are we thinking about? Oh, they scored well on their tests. They were in AP classes. They were in honors classes. They were awarded for their academic achievement. When we think about success in the schooling system, it typically comes down to meeting benchmarks, getting good grades, being in those AP classes, the things that to a college looks like this is the standout person. This is the student that we want to accept. Okay, so now let's come over into this other category, this thing that we're talking about, which is homeschooling. How do you measure success in homeschooling? Do you replicate the way that the school system does it? Do you measure your children solely on academics, on grades, on meeting your benchmarks, on meeting the benchmarks of the curriculum you're buying? How do we do it differently? You're choosing to bring your children home because you want them to have a different experience than public school. So then how do you get that different experience? What do you do differently to measure success of your children? Connection. Connection is the key to assessing your children's success. That may feel really surprising, but it's true. Our connection with our children, that is our way in to supporting our children in becoming successful in life. You might wonder, how could that possibly be? How could it come down to that connection? So I'd like you to think about your favorite teacher that you had growing up, if you were in the schooling system. Who was your favorite teacher? So take a moment and think about that person. What did that favorite teacher do for you that made you want to achieve in their class? Did they make you feel seen? Did they make you feel heard? Did they see you for who you are inside? Did they accept who you are? Did they build you up and boost you? Could you tell that they had a real desire to bring you from here to here by end of year? Did you have a relationship with that teacher? I had a teacher when I was in 9th grade. She was my math teacher. She was playful with us. She was energetic. She knew who I was as a person, and she supported me on the exact path that I was on. She didn't expect more from me. She also didn't expect less from me. How we connect with our children determines how successful they will be in life. So how do we build this connection that is so key in our children thriving on this homeschool path, then thriving in life thereafter? Here's what it comes down to. Your child knowing themselves. There's such a separation in the schooling system where children are feeling pressured to succeed because of those external pressures from the system, those external pressures from the people within the system, the teachers, the administrations, their peers, their parents. So all of these pressures that they're getting to succeed and achieve can oftentimes make that child lose who they are, lose who they intrinsically are inside, not see their passions and desires, suppress those so that they can meet the expectations of these pressures that are disconnected from them, well, because they're not them. When the child gets to be seen for who they are, and that's enough, then they can thrive. They can take off. So in the home, when we're homeschooling, that connection is key. If our child can be seen and feel that they are valued, then they can take on anything. Oh, that interest that they have, dive forward with that. Oh, I see that my child lights up when they're learning about this subject. Let me bring more of that subject to them. We go out, we go to the library, we get all the books we can find, we surround them in our house with all of the things that make them light up. What is that actually telling our children? It's actually telling our children your enthusiasm, your excitement, your very specific path of who you are and what you're going to bring to this world matters. These are the kinds of things that we can do as homeschool families, as the support people for our children to find success on this path. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to come from you. It comes from your children. If you watch and you observe, you will see what they love. You will see what lights them up. You will see their success happening live time in your home simply because you've allowed them to be themselves. You've allowed them to flourish. Our job as homeschool parents is to be a guide next to our children, to see them, to surround them with all of the things that can bring that spark to life, whatever that spark may be. We are all individuals. One of the best ways that I've been on this path of homeschooling in thinking about my children as individuals is to see it through the lens of my own life. If I take a look at myself and those moments where I have found success, okay, what in that moment brought me to success? Was it because I had the necessary tools in order to be successful? Was it that I had a self-interest, a motivation that was genuine in me that wanted me to launch and learn? Did I feel supported? Well, when you're an adult, the supports are a little bit different. Your support is really this inner strength in yourself. So modeling that for our children can't be bad. Our children have an opportunity to wake up each new day with an excitement for learning, not the dread, which is often related to the schooling system. There's not many children that wake up in the morning and say, yay, I get to go back to that school. I get to struggle to use the bathroom. I get to struggle to drink my water. I get to struggle to move my body. I get to struggle to talk to my friends. There's not many children that are saying, hooray, hooray, it's time for that again. Usually it feels more like drudgery. Think about that end of school year. Those last 2 months. They just cannot wait to get to summer. Why is it that they can't wait to get to summer? Are they depleted? Are they feeling like they just can't do it for one more moment? Bring them back into your home. Their surrounding is everything that they know. They have ease of using the bathroom. They have ease of hydrating themselves. They have ease of nourishing themselves. They have those that love them around them. Success happens because we nurture our children and we surround them with an environment in which they can learn and grow. They don't have to wake up each day wondering if they can be successful. They get to wake up each day and know success is theirs. Success isn't standardized, it's deeply personal. Each individual child is a unique being that's looking to light up in this world. The simple fact that we as humans love to learn. Our children come into this world wanting to learn, wanting to grow, wanting to thrive. What's stopping them? What's halting that? If your child is in school right now and they're not reaching their potential, what might that be? If you're on that precipice of thinking that homeschooling would be a better path for your child, why not? How could it change when you bring them back in? As a homeschooling family, you get to define success for your family. As a homeschool family, you get to define success with your family. If you're already on this path and you're hearing these words and you're relating to these words, isn't it amazing? What does success look like in your homeschool? I'd love to hear. Comment below. Let's share as a community and learn and grow together so all of our families can thrive on this homeschool path. I thank you very much for being with me again today. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.